And so Ramaphosa says without strong municipalities, it'll be difficult to grow the economy and create jobs. Ramaphosa was speaking during a presidential Imbizo in Tsakane in Ekurhuleni, where he was engaging residents on a wide range of issues, challenging them. The Imbizo is part of a district model approach that enables government to look closely at what needs to be done to improve their lives.
We have said as the government of national unity, our key priority is to grow the economy and to create jobs and to fight poverty. But to do this, we need strong municipalities. We need Ekurhuleni must be a strong municipal district area. It is municipalities that are the engine rooms of development, because they provide the services to our people, but they also are economic engine rooms. So Ekurhuleni Metro municipality is particularly well positioned as an economic driver of job creation. Ekurhuleni is a major transportation hub, but apart from that, Ekurhuleni is the manufacturing capital of our whole country.
Still on that, Police Minister Newzroom Afrika acknowledged that there are certain provinces where crime levels are high. He says these are Gauteng, the Western Cape, Eastern Cape and KwaZulu-Natal. Mkhunu announced that law enforcement officials will collaborate in reducing the rising crime levels, which includes extortion and murder in all of these provinces.
uLwesihlanu mhla ka-30 sobe si-launcha yonke le program yethu la esoma khona ndawonye SAPS, City Police and other people abalwa ne-crime. Senzela ukuthi izigebengu zibone ukuthi indawo ayisekho yokwenza ubugebengu. Ngoba sizoma ngandawonye sibheke zona sizubabika ispace olwayo uzobona ukuthi uphuma kanjani uma sekuliwa.
All right, let's get more from what came out of the Presidential Imbizo in Ekurhuleni. I'm joined now in studio by Juniour Khumalo, who's been tracking that story for us. Good to have you, and thank you very much for your time. Unperturbed by his eye infection, it seems, except for the eye and the glasses, he's very well, the president.
Indeed. There was some doubt in the beginning on whether he was going to come or not to this event, but he did pitch to the event, and he said that he wanted to show South Africans that this government of national unity was working together. So this is the reason why he came to this event, to show that unity. But despite him saying that, we saw that ministers from the Democratic Alliance were not present at the event. Also, their deputy ministers, I think it was only one deputy minister out of the 12 ministers and deputy ministers that come from the DA. But we did get an explanation from the deputy minister in the presidency who had this to say about the absence of the DA ministers.
So I don't think that the assertion that the DA ministers chose not to be here is correct. Ministers and deputy ministers are hard at work. They are all over the country, engaging with stakeholders and citizens on the program of the government of national unity. And I think that we must accept that not all ministers can be part of these imbizos. It has been proved in the past that not all ministers and deputy ministers can be part of this imbizo.
Well, I suppose the other question one would have asked is the demeanor and the interaction with the Premier of Gauteng, where others are saying they're not necessarily seeing eye to eye in how they've decided to form a minority government versus what the nation has taken up as a government of national unity.
Indeed, we did see the Premier of Gauteng actually come up and say that it was necessary for different spheres of government to work together, seemingly in support of this government of national unity, saying that it was impossible for only the regional government in Ekurhuleni to deal with the challenges that face the people of Tsakane. We heard the Minister of Water and Sanitation speak about how her department will also intervene. The mayor had indicated that he was going to build about 2 more reservoirs to try and alleviate that challenge challenge of water provision. He said that another reservoir would be built as well, a third one. The minister said that she was ready and willing to try and get another pipeline from Tsakane to Ekurhuleni, because the current one is under a lot of pressure, under a lot of strain. So she is also willing to work with them. We heard the Minister of Police also committing to work with the provincial government as well as the local government to deal with crime. So it seems like it was a vote of confidence for the government of national unity.
I think deliberate for Dr. Khagaza to take it to Tsakane because particularly of these issues that you have been raising of water challenges there, electricity challenges, that the MMC, which is appointed in that position, seem to not be handling them the way that they're supposed to be handled. But did the voices of the people of Tsakane really reach the president? Do they believe they got heard?
I think that was the biggest question that a lot of people were asking, especially the community members that were there. A lot of them were unhappy because there was a list that was read out by the MEC of Social Development, Faith Mazibuko. She called a number of people to come forward. And people were asking, why are the individuals who are basically appointed by this government structure to come and talk? Why are not the community members in the crowd given an opportunity to raise their concerns? Even towards the end, we saw the president basically trying to calm tensions down because a lot of people were unhappy that they were not afforded the opportunity to speak. So eventually, the consensus was that some of these individuals should write their concerns on a piece of paper, and then government officials will read their concerns.
Yeah. Anything new that would have come up from what we would have heard, I suppose, on the build-up to the election? I think the challenges still remain the same.
The challenges are still the same. That's why a lot of parties, including the Democratic Alliance and the EFF, were asking, why is there a need for these Imbizos to be convened? Because we know the challenges. The past 4 Imbizos themselves have cost about 44 million, meaning per average, one Imbizo is like 11 million. So the question was, why do we convene such an engagement when we know the challenges? Let's use that money to provide the services. But we had the president push back, saying that there was a need for government to interact with the communities on a face-to-face interaction so that they make commitments and then they can account for what they're going to do afterwards.
And what is going to come up from this? I mean, as far as the president is concerned, now that he has outlined his priorities of government of national unity?
We did hear a commitment from the president saying that the ministers that are in charge of water and sanitation, electricity, Minister of Police as well, are going to give feedback to the communities on a regular basis of how far they've gone to try and deal with the challenges that have happened. But also we know that the president has also committed to a national dialogue at a national level, basically to try and bring in especially business partners to try and also contribute to challenges such as high unemployment that the country is currently facing. Because he has admitted that government on their own are not able to deal with all of the challenges. So he's trying to get a buy-in from different civil society organizations to try and come up with solutions together with government.
You had Panyaza there with you, you had Dr. Khagaza there with you. We know that, of course, there's been a shift that has happened in the Joburg Council, with now Dada Morero being made the mayor there. Is there a sense that things are stabilizing also in Ekurhuleni, or are they expecting a shift?
They're saying things seem to be stabilizing in Ekurhuleni and in Johannesburg. The one metro to look out for is actually Tsakane, because we had a lot of commitment from the ANC in Gauteng saying that that is their next target. They want to make changes there. We saw the ANC vote with Action SA in Joburg. So if they do get those numbers from Action SA in Tsakane, they do have enough numbers to basically elect a new mayor. But the challenge there is that at a national level, the ANC is in coalition with the DA. So if they remove the DA in Tsakane, there is a fear that the GNU at a national level will actually collapse. We did see the DA not appearing today. So that is already some cracks within that.
Something, I suppose, that the Gauteng province is not really bothered by, whether it happens or not. Juniour Khumalo, appreciate you. Thank you very much for your intervention tonight. That is Juniour Khumalo there.